Welcome back, everyone. It is just about time for game 2 between Redacted and CB Clockwork. An absolute banger of a game 1, but now it's time for Redacted to pick themselves up by their bootstraps and take on CBC and get themselves back into this series.
Yeah, they've decided this time to go with the blue side. They're going to try their luck on the other side of the map here. Get a power pick for themselves. Perhaps, I know Dark Dragon does play that Ezreal. They saw CB Clockwork pick that B1. It looks like it possibly might make it through the bans here. One more for Clockwork. They've already taken Vlad and Viego, and it's going to be Olympian's Hecarim off the table. Show me that Ezreal. There it is for Dark Dragon, taking it away from Triple Q.
Makes sense, but that means there's a jungler afoot, and it is Nocturne. Obviously can be flexed to solo lanes as well, but obviously known for his ability to jungle. This season, Stridebreaker no longer a dash, but Nocturne doesn't need that. He has an R button that automatically brings you to a champion, so that slow is super impactful. And honestly, I love the response by CB Clockwork already. They're the ones to pick up the Jhin this time, and already looking like they have a lot of range and gauge to work with.
Yeah, and Darkness was on Clockwork's side there. They were utilizing that vision to their advantage, and they say, what better way than to create a vision advantage than pick up that paranoia from Nocturne. We're kind of seeing a backwards run back here. Ezreal and Morgana going over to Redacted. They will pick up Cho'Gath again for my mind blower, and the Jhin, who Dark Dragon played last game into the Ezreal, is picked up for Triple Q in the bot lane here. He played well in his debut as an AD carry. Looking forward to seeing what he can do on the Maestro.
Yeah, and honestly, the Cho'Gath on top side, it's just a normal tank top laner. I am surprised my mind blower isn't getting a little bit more out of these drafts, if you will. Maybe they expect the Nocturne to go top and they want that matchup, but realistically, you can't pinpoint where the Nocturne is headed. Now you could say that it's not going mid lane because they pick up the Corki, which is nice answer to the rest of what their composition is. Lots of range, lots of ability to pull the trigger at a moment's notice. Corki and Nocturne both can head in there if you have the package, so Clockwork definitely willing to take fights at a moment's notice. Interesting read from Redacted though. Morgana being high priority is not something that I was expecting, especially into this composition. There's not a lot of CC. There's not a lot of point and click stuff that you need to black shield. So I'm just surprised that we're getting a Morgana so highly prized.
And it might not even be a takeaway. We know Anderson Cooper was playing it in the jungle, but that Nocturne could still be a flex. Could be going to Billy in the top lane or the newcomer running in the mid lane. You don't know where they're going to throw it. Most likely, it's going to go to Anderson Cooper in the jungle. I think that's part of his pool as well. Right now, we can assume that the Morgana is going to go into the bot lane with Solar Biscuit, but hey, Anderson Cooper brought it out in the jungle as well, and he looked good, so who knows? Olympian has put some games on it when she was still strong with the 200%, even at the, I believe it went down to 185, was the first initial nerf onto the soil, so could be still in the jungle. It was buffed from its very original state from 150% to jungle creeps to 155, so we don't know. And here comes some support bans going up against Dory K. They don't want to give him an enchanter this game. Karma and Lulu being taken away.
Yeah, 2 enchanters plus the engage already banned earlier, really pinching Dory K's pool here. Who knows, maybe Dory K just wants to play AD carry again like he did last time and just play ADC, so the support pool changes. I doubt it though. He's telling me that didn't go too well. Obviously hindsight analysis means that one didn't go great. Yorick is a champion that exists in League of Legends, certainly is an option, and they're gonna grab it. Why not? Takes your turrets pretty damn fast. Hullbreaker seems to be pretty popular on him, and Cho'Gath is not gonna survive all too well.
Yeah, the Gravedigger making his appearance. I mean, it is a guaranteed Hullbreaker. I am loving this pick. Massive split push, and what it does is it splits, it really tears the map apart for CB Clockwork, and that makes Paranoia that much stronger. The Ziggs pickup in retaliation though into a Quirky lane is nice for Goldfan. He's going to be able to get to a side lane, even just clear waves when Nocturne is paranoiing away. Possibly he can make his way over there, and man, this is an Olympian classic. The Kha'Zix could be coming out, Necrox.
Yeah, Kha'Zix could be. Honestly, wouldn't love to see it. Really hard to kill anyone. Jhin is an isolated champion, so that could be a free kill if he finds a nice angle, and they're going to draft it. Again, not sure that I love it. the way these games often play out, especially after a really close game one, is everyone lets off the gas really hard. We get very slow game two, and in slow games, Kha'Zix does not like to fight 5v5. He likes to take these small skirmishes where he can get his isolation damage off. Not sure that Clockwork are going to respect that. They're just going to sit together and offer up some sushi because Nami is being played in Light League. Man, I think this champion is just so bad, but Dory K, I know he loves it. So go ahead, draft Comfort.
Yeah, I've seen him on it too. I agree with you. She's not in a great spot. And honestly, a nice read by Redacted, pinching the Enchanter pool, figuring that Dory K could either play a suboptimal Enchanter in place of the Lulu or the Karma, or switch up his decision making and his playstyle in what he would want to do in game two to an engage support. So he does pick up that Enchanter, and I mean, there's other options. I even think Yumi's in a better state than Nami right now. Just sit on the Jhin, keep your carries safe. You can dive with the Nocturne, but instead, it's so hard, right? She's this jack of all trades champion, and she has hard skill shots to land, especially into black shielded targets. You know, Kha'Zix gonna be jumping around everywhere. Ezreal has Arcane Shift. I don't really see how you can land CC onto Dark Dragon Solar Biscuit when they have Ezreal and Morgana as the champions that they're piloting.
Yeah, and you have the Black Shield available. You also just have a Cho'Gath to sit in front and absorb any initial damage from the Corki. It's CB Clockwork trying to draft just a lot of comfort and a lot of ability to make their own plays, but do they synergize well together? I really liked what they had at the beginning. The first phase for them honestly looks really good. You can fight at a moment's notice. Yorick and Nami, though, don't quite fit that bill. Nocturne, able to protect the Yorick in his side lane. Anyone goes up there for the 1v1 trying to make that happen, you immediately bring in the Nocturne and Paranoia. It makes it an unfair fight. Nami, though, I just don't love it. If you can take away the Black Shield, maybe, but I'm not in love with this champion. At the same time, I don't like the Kha'Zix. So maybe I'm just a pessimist here, Dunzy. But I don't think these champions do any one thing particularly well. If you want like a really small skirmisher, Viego is an option, of course banned. But Kha'Zix is just simply an inferior version, in my opinion. And Nami is just a worse version of something along the lines of a Yumi. But instead, we get what we get, and I'm curious your thoughts on where Redacted are headed in this game. Olympia on the Kha'Zix really has to get the ball rolling here, or he's going to have a hard time taking down, honestly, anyone in this game.
Yeah, he does have sort of his pick of the litter to kind of attach himself to as far as targets. 3 squishies on the side of Clockwork. Now, Corki's extremely dangerous when he has package up, so it's really 2.5 because he's going to have that package up in a lot of team fights when you actually come to 5v5. So Olympian, I'm expecting him to just kind of live bot lane, see if he can split up that Jhin and Nami, get some isolation onto one of them. If they can find a binding, it's hard. I mean, like, you don't want Jhin and Nami to stand on top of each other. You're not going to wait for your partner to get unbound there. So I'm looking for him to have some gank assist in the bot lane and possibly even top. If you can get Mind Blower, just a little bit of space, a little bit of leeway against the Yorick early, help him out. He's going to need it because split push from Yorick is going to just destroy the side lanes. As soon as Mind Blower TP's away, then Booty Bang ability's taking 2 turrets, man. It's gonna be quick.
We've already seen my Mind Blower's willingness to give up waves, to give up his turret plates 4 plays across the map. He did it in game 1. I would fully expect him to do the same thing in game 2. The difference between Set and Yorick: Set takes your tower, Yorick destroys it in half a second. So really have to be worried about how much you're losing now. I honestly think that was the biggest issue in game 1 for Redacted, at least come early game. There was obviously angles back into that one, but mathematically the trades just didn't work out. You give up everything topside, you give up all your tempo, all your vision control, just barely to eke out a first strike. Then you don't even pursue the following dragons, which means, what is your win condition? What is your angle to win the game? Clockwork kind of just waited for you to get outscaled and proceeded to win the game from there. Just get more gold on something like the Ezreal, and he's always going to be more impactful than the Jhin. This time, though, Redacted do have the same thing on their side. They have the Ezreal, they have the Ziggs, and the scaling aspects of a Cho'Gath. So they are the ones in control of this late game if they can get there. But have to be wary about Anderson Cooper, man. Lots of talk about him being one of the greatest junglers around in Light League, and on the Nocturne, he can constantly, when that Paranoia is up, look to make plays happen.
Yeah, we talked about Mindblower as the #1 All-Pro top laner. We forgot to mention that Anderson Cooper is the #1 top lane, or I'm sorry, the #1 jungler in Light League, voted by the casters here. Zephyr, Sulp, and Shells, they're on the other cast. Zephyr's on vacation, so I do have the lovely Necrox here with me tonight. Filling in, by the way. Also want to shout out Samter behind the scenes. He's filling in for production. Doing a great job there. Give him your love. But Anderson Cooper, man, all-pro first-team jungler. He had a ton of help from Dory K in game 1. This time, he's going to have to do it on his own. Doesn't have a Nautilus, doesn't have a roaming support. Nami's not going to have the same kind of punch that you're going to get between lanes early on during that laning phase. So Anderson Cooper probably just looking to hit 6 as fast as he can and off cooldown. I want to see that paranoia in every single lane. Just confuse the heck out of Olympian and the rest of Redacted. Where is he going? Where is his pathing? It's so hard to ward against a Nocturne. So this is Anderson Cooper's game to kind of be by himself without the babysitting almost of Dory K to make things happen. Here you are. Here's your stage. Can you take a 2-0 lead early on in this series against #3 seeded Redacted? CB Clockwork with a bang in game 1. They are here to play. It's looking like they have a nice comp here. You don't like the Nami, that's okay. To make their presence felt across the map here in game 2.
Love to see it. Anderson Cooper, the game is in your hands, and Redacted as a team, you guys need to step up. If not, we're going to have to talk about the inevitable and the improbable reverse sweep from this team. 55 seconds left, though, until Dunsey and I are ready for our second game. This series is just starting to heat up. We'll be back in just a moment. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Dunsey and I are on the Rift and geared up for game 2 between CB Clockwork and Redacted on red and blue side respectively. Already gone through draft, already gone through the pros and cons of each composition. It comes down to execution and some cute barrel rolls from running.
Yeah, I mean, I love that little skin from the Corky.
No!
And
Gold
Goldfan's a little bit. I mean, it doesn't do anything. It doesn't have a tier. I guess a Mana Flow stack, but Dark Dragon and Solar Biscuit are hovering a little bit. He has a tier that he could stack, and he'll probably get one.
Bang.
There it is.
Look at this. BM from Redacted. I don't like it. I already want them to lose this game. Please let people dance. If you watched my Light League game, I literally got a hug from the enemy AD carry at level 1. This is toxic. Someone please step in and interfere because we're getting out of control.
It's just those micro advantages, Necrox. Mindblower finds York, booty banging Billy, just chilling in the top lane, and he says, don't come top in the next 2 minutes. I think it's only 60 seconds actually for the first generation of those trinket wards. It'll be dead by the time Anderson Cooper gets even near the top side, but Mindblower feels a little bit safer now, just spotting out York, and both sides, jungler will be starting on the bottom buff. Might see a level 3 skirmish for that Scuttle on the top side, and I'm going to be keeping track of Prio in these 2 solo lanes, Necrox.
Yeah, certainly priority is the name of the game here, especially considering Anderson Cooper's headed top and Olympian is headed bot, so different ways to move across the map. Exhaust in for Dory K as well as he gets hit by one of Rogue Binding there, which makes Olympians like even harder. Nami, one of the easiest champions to immediately CC you with the ult. Then the exhaust comes through. Olympian gonna have a rough time trying to assassinate this backline if he does decide that's what he wants to do this game. But I like the angle from Dory K with the exhaust. Olympian's really the only one that can ever kill them, so might as well make sure he cannot do that. Is shove in bot side, shove in top side, and shove in mid lane. All 3 waves pushing in for CB Clockwork here. Yeah,
Solar Biscuit 2 for 2 on the binds. Actually, he did miss that one in the mid lane when he was BMing, but looking good so far. Dory K, maybe he's got a little bit of a read on the other support. But like you said, the Prio is here for the solo lanes, and actually all 3 lanes of CB Clockwork right now, but I'm not sure if it's going to translate into any Scuttle differences. You see Olympian took a bit of an awkward path. He actually started red and did his entire top side. Anderson Cooper ahead of him by 1 camp right now, and they're going to find each other. Here's a little level 1.
Olympian's been spotted out. The Fear is available as well. Feared up, but a nice jump over the wall. Olympian to safety, but maybe a little too creative there for his own liking. Doesn't really matter all too much, though. Anderson Cooper not interested in taking the scuttle away with the priority that my Mind Blower was willing to provide, even though that wave is crashing under his turret. It'll be a 1-for-1 trade. Dory flash away from the binding and bot side as well.
Almost had some chopped salmon there. Instead, Dory K gonna have to blow his summoner. That is a big window of opportunity for Olympian to make his way down. Solar Biscuit, so on point right now. That one just barely whiffed by. And Anderson Cooper, oh man, I hope he wasn't spotted by Goldfan. That's one of my pet peeves, is when Nocturne players throw their Dusk into the mid lane and you just all automatically know where they are. You don't want to give vision. You need to play a little bit more creatively, a little bit more intelligently, and keep your position safe. I think he might have been spotted, but it might have also just been barely out of vision. He does pick up a little bit of counter jungling, and he is ahead by 2 camps at this point, so good for Anderson Cooper. The pacing early on, he knows he just wants to hit Paranoia as soon as possible.
Yeah, it's just a trade of invades. Olympian tried invade, came up short-handed, actually losing quite a bit of his health bar, and instead it is Anderson Cooper invading in the return and gets Raptors for his efforts. So good stuff there from AC as he picks up a couple camp lead. TP mid lane for Goldfan to catch this wave. We'll keep him roughly even, and CS may lose a couple on the back end to that turret, but no worries there. Top side though is where things are looking a little interesting in terms of Gold State. Not sure why this Yorick cannot last hit minions, other than a great freeze that's been set up. Nice walking out of the cage there. Does not get caught up on that one. Grass procs going back and forth, but this wave should push back to booty banging ability. Is quite significant, so we'll catch up somewhat in terms of those creeps. Olympian thinking about doing something bot side, but he's been spotted on a ward.
Oh my goodness, he definitely just walked into minion vision range. They know exactly where he was. He is being pinged right now. Olympian, what are you doing, my guy? I know you want to make the bot gank happen because Nami's flash is down, but this was just abysmally played. I mean, it doesn't even matter that he's not in vision now. There's no way you're gonna get them to, like, Dark Dragon's baiting so hard right now. This is not gonna work. It's not gonna happen. Dory K and Triple Q, what, you think this is their first day playing League of Legends? What's going on?
He finally presses the recall button, man, but that B key may have been off his keyboard or something. Please, someone, tech bug something, because that recall was late as hell for Olympian. Wastes a solid 45 seconds there, setting up for the play and then just sitting there. Really rough stuff. And when your enemy AD carry literally just walks into you like that, unless you're playing against counters, no one does that naturally. So Dark Dragon, a little unfortunate there not to find the binding, and Triple Q had his wave in a great spot, so no angle at all. And Anderson Cooper thinking about something topside, not level 6 though, so no paranoia. Wave shoving in should be just fine. And that is the problem when you sit there in a lane. Gold lead way in favor of this Nocturne now.
Yeah, I mean, take a look at it. The CS numbers alone. He's up 4 camps, 5 camps now at the moment. He's going to hit 6 in 1 or 2 camps, possibly off the blue and the Gromp. Paranoia going to be available around 8 minutes. Nice early timings from Anderson Cooper. Meanwhile, Olympian just hit that level 5 mark. He does have his entire bot side available to him, but he's going to be slower towards the Drake. They do get both bot lanes reset here, so I think that the Mountain Drake's coming up soon. We're going to see a fight for that. Necrox gonna be curious if Redacted decides to even step into it, knowing that their jungler is so far behind right now.
Yeah, I think Olympian at this point is probably calling, hey guys, I wasted a lot of time. I really just need to get back to farming. That's the right call, in my opinion, for this Kha'Zix. Does not operate well on low amounts of gold. Only 2 daggers plus a pair of Sketchers in his inventory means he has to go back to his jungle and pick up some more farm if he wants to be a threat at all. My Mind Blower doing good job here on top side, making sure he's staying ahead. And this is what I was talking about on the end draft. When you get such a close game in game 1, when teams are evenly matched, they often duke it out a lot in the first game. Regardless of who wins, game 2 is way slower, and this is a problem I have with this Kha'Zix spec. He's trying to force things, but when they don't work, Kha'Zix just looks like a useless champion. Nocturne's always going to have such an easy time setting up ganks and setting up angles for the team to join in. And CB Clockwork, they're just waiting out this timer in the early game as Olympian is kind of floundering here to try to make something happen as he just goes back to the base for the second time.
Gonna be a paranoid top. Here it is.
There we go. Top side in. Anderson Cooper wants the play, and my mind blower, man. Jungle difference. Type it in chat. First blood CBC.
Yeah, I mean, they're both level 6, but Anderson Cooper is exactly where he needed to be at the right moment. He knows that his top lane is suffering right now. They need to get the split push online so that they can work on the bot lane, work off the other side of the map, and start stacking Drakes even. But Olympian saw the gank top lane. It's going to be a trade of the Herald for first Mountain Drake over here. Redacted picks something back up even after giving up first blood.
Yeah, smart here from Olympian at least to trade something back. First Mountain is honestly probably the worst thing you could ask for, considering it's a % resistance increase, especially this early on in the game. No one has any resistances built up at all, so pretty useless in terms of stats, but at least you get rolling towards something. We saw Redacted try a similar thing in game 1, but that stalled out pretty quickly. We'll see if they continue to push for those Drakes, but right now it's not looking great. Olympian sitting in a brush though. Dory has exhaust. There it goes. Very low. Olympian flashing forward, but for what reason? That is not your fish, and you've now been caught. Here comes the curtains opening up. Might want to close those pretty quickly. Binding in. What are you doing? Why are your curtains open? But why are you walking forward? Triple pops him, and CB Clockwork 2-0.
And it could, oh my, Olympian, you're still caught, my guy. Triple Cute has flash and fourth shot. He's going for it.
Okay, flourish lands, but Olympian healthy enough, pots ticking. Luckily had those in the pocket. So Clockwork, aggressive maneuver there, but that's gank number 2 that just does not work for this Kha'Zix.
Yeah, 3 versus 2 CB Clockworks, revamped bot lane, able to come out with a kill in their pockets. Someone call Olympian up and tell him fish are friends, not food. You cannot eat Dory K on the Rift today. He is exhausted immediately, and through exhaust, he decided to flash forward. Not going to work out for you there, buddy. The bot lane, we know we said that Olympian wanted to focus here and possibly get some ganks off in the bot lane, but right now, he needs to avoid it because it is not working. That first waste of time in that second flash with the exhaust on him, Olympian's got to try something else. Maybe even just power farm a little bit to get to your spikes. It's not working out for him.
Booty making this top lane look pretty rough here, at least in the trade department. Munched on is the maiden. Well done there from my mind blower, taking the maiden out of the lane for now. Should be off cooldown in about a minute or so for Booty Bang and Billy, but this is the problem with the Kha'Zix. When you're trying to force things and they just don't work, this is the price you can pay. He's not the one that dies, so maybe not all his issue, but you're just getting behind. You're now 26 farm down to Anderson Cooper, the strongest jungler in the game by far. You could say Jin Zhao is up there, but a 55% win rate for a Nocturne would disagree. This thing is just disgusting. It does not lose games, and Anderson and Cooper now pairing up with the top lane, looking to take away everything from Olympian. As you wanted a hero in game 1, you want a hero in game 2. It is not him. It's gotta come from the mid AD roles here from Redacted.
Yeah, Anderson Cooper, we called it pre-draft. He's got to step up without the help of Dory K in this particular comp. We might see another 2v2 skirmish. He has a level up on both the mid laner and the jungler. Olympian, the 1v1, but he's going to be able to jump out here. Not a problem. Gonna have to give up the Scuttle Prio. My goodness, Anderson Cooper all over the map, just making his presence felt. We called him out and he has responded. He is here without any roaming help, just making it happen on his own. And here he comes. He's going to drop the Herald bottom lane for his bot lane.
Yeah, the lane that's been 2v3 all game, now they get rewarded for their struggles. Here comes Herald, just going to take 2 plates off this one, knock the other one pretty low. Maybe a couple autos from Triple would knock that one down, but Olympian's here on the wings, just waiting in case something goes down. So just a little bit of extra gold, and I like that from CB Clockwork, just getting immediate value. They'll be able to base in time for this dragon as well, so all that extra cash gonna be put to use here if they decide to contest this dragon, which I imagine they will, and Redacted will not.
Yeah, running a little bit low. Mega Inferno Bomb still in his inventory, but Flash is available for the Corki. Not going to drop it just yet. I'm wondering if Goldfan, I mean, he could still win another level. It's going to be even that much stronger, that much lower of a cooldown, but a little bit of a cheeky play. Double pink wards, but he's bound.
Ooh. Bind is, what is that from Dark Dragon? He just goes in, he wants the kill. Here comes True Shot Barrage, and this is why you don't call your jungler. You just need the 2v2, and the bot lane that was bullied out all game one makes it happen by themselves.
Yeah, really nice play there from Dark Dragon. I mean, he was just balls to the walls, going in, arcade shifting, even through his exhaust of Dory K, was able to drop enough damage. It was a beautiful black shield from Solar Biscuit to negate all of the CC from the Nami. And so Dark Dragon just stacking up the Conqueror procs, had full stacks by the time he threw his True Shot Barrage out there, and was able to do so much damage. They're gonna stack their Drakes here. That's 2 for Redacted, and despite a 1k gold deficit, and despite an entire jungle diff, they are feeling it right now. Package is available for running though. Paranoia goes down.
They're looking for the re-engage angle. Flash Forge, Strike Breaker as well. There's no way out, and Package over the top. Triple Q trades them back. Revenge is best served cold, and when you can't see, it doesn't matter about the rest of the team. CB Clockwork answer in kind, grabbing themselves one more kill as they look to siege down this bot turret. The answer from Redacted is just let this one fall.
Yeah, and Solar Biscuit, we've seen this story last game. You need to stay away. Don't let them get anything after the turret. He is safe for now. And you see a little bit of just Redacted once again, feeling good and then overstepping. They get something and then they just give it right back. It happened in game one. They need to show some more discipline, a little bit more patience, because they are being caught out in side lanes and they're being caught out overextending and overstaying.
And honestly, the mental boost that I was about to give to Dark Dragon and Solar Biscuit, I take it back, and it just leaves our Ezreal. One death is already equivalent to all the times that Triple Q has died in game one. So unlucky stuff there for Dark Dragon, just to be focused down. But when you don't walk with your team, can pay the price. Herald will be picked up here for Redacted as they look to get something back. They need some turret. They need some extra gold in their pockets if they want a 5v5. It's just so hard to walk into this team, and you can see exactly how broke they are. Everyone is behind. Not one member is ahead in terms of cash.
They do have Mind Blower here in the top lane. Kind of holding his own.
Just kidding.
Flash out from Triple Cute. Yeah, numbers are hard. You know what? Comps are hard too. Do you think there's something wrong with Redacted's comp? I think you think something's wrong.
Redacted's comp? Yeah, the Kazakhs.
No, you've been preaching it all game. I know.
it's like, why? I just don't get it. My Mind Blower, meanwhile, has to walk away. That Jin W is invisible, but it doesn't matter. My Mind Blower saw it, and he flashes out, binding. That's a rare miss from Solar Biscuit. Curtains topside. My Mind Blower able to survive just in time, but here comes the Paranoia as well. Flash away, beautiful binding, but it does not matter. You've been locked up and chained. Running, picking up his first kill of the game, getting paid.
Yeah, Solar Biscuit did have stopwatch available, but not going to use it. I think it wouldn't have saved him anyway. And now the Maiden has been called. They're going to trade top lane turret for the bot lane turret. Herald is dropped to retaliate to the Maiden. And we'll see. It's going to be actually a turret advantage going over to Clockwork. Once again, through laning phase and through that mid kind of transition, they are the ones in control. Looking at a 3k gold lead right now. That is significant at 17 minutes in. Olympian could be caught as well. Going to go to his bot lane. Dark Dragon is in the wings. He needs to get out of the dodge as well, though.
Well, be careful, Dark Dragon. Where is your team? They're not surrounding you. You need to get out of town. He's basing, by the way, in that little nook. That is such an alpha move. This guy has balls of steel. What in the world? He just looked at the enemy, said, nah, I don't care.
Yeah, just a Chad Ezreal here. That B1 pick going for another binding.
Oh.
Man, Infernal Bomb!
Oh my, what is that damage? Dory K's at 1 HP. Not enough follow-up damage. Olympian's on the chase. Two-shot barrage. No, just a little bit wide. Alpha male. Dark Dragon can't finish the kill. And Dory able to just swim away.
Yeah, I'm surprised that's not a skin yet, Riot, but here comes a bind.
Oh, beautiful satchel. But not enough. Running has the Valkyrie just to get out of that one. Everyone going low here for CB Clockwork. A little bite back from Redacted. I like to see it. Olympian waiting in the wings. Could leap in, but oh, he's found himself in an awkward spot. Oh my god, Olympian. Oh my god, please, dear someone clip that. I have to flame this guy after the game. Booty banging Billy's gonna lock him in the cage, and there's no escape. Olympian, please tell me you let your little brother play on your account, because that one was disgusting. Curtains open, turret will fall. Dory looking for something on the back end with a tidal wave. Here comes the paranoia. Stopwatch in time. Dory's taking down my mind blower with a feast. The fear is in. Gale Force in from Triple Solar with a beautiful binding, and this is Redacted turning things around. They don't need their jungler, they just need the core of their squad to wipe away CB Clockwork where they stand. My mind blower under the turret, and this is why he is the best top laner in Light League. He stands there and he wipes away Clockwork.
Yeah, and Gold Fan just untouched. So much damage being thrown out from the AoE zigs. It is uncanny. I mean, this champ is just so disgustingly busted right now. Both teams showing up on it, but you saw, I mean, Paranoia was dropped onto Solar Biscuit, who flashed away. Both chains were dropped from Anderson Cooper and Solar Biscuit onto each other, and they had to kind of get away from each other in order to make sure that the CC didn't apply on both of them, and it ended up being Solar Biscuit living with just a sliver of health. Redacted wipe that team fight, and wouldn't you know it, they are stacking their Drakes. Soul point. We don't have to wait for 40 minutes for a potential soul in this game. It's going to be coming up at 24 and a half, and we see Redacted narrowing that gold gap to just a few hundred now, and all of a sudden game 2 feels a lot different from game 1.
Feels way different for the side of Redacted. They are the ones now in control of the critical objectives. Drakes, we already talked about, is super important in Light League, and it's Redacted that have the onus to make sure they can secure themselves soul point at this stage of the game. Running, going forward with package. A little bit of an awkward timing on this one, but should not worry all too much. Dark Dragon stepping forward once again, as he often likes to do. Olympian 0-1-0 on this Kha'Zix, because we won't talk about that flash over the wall. It stood there with the grace of the cockroach that he's playing, but the team there honestly came up huge for Redacted, turning that mid fight around. Anderson Cooper finds himself dead for the first time this game, and CB Clockwork find themselves around this Baron pit. Nice snipe there from Dark Dragon, pad the damage stats a little bit.
Yeah, it would have been nice if he could secure that scuttle. Won't get it this time. You know, that flash, he didn't even flash over the wall. He ran head first into the wall. It felt really, really bad for him, but just a bait. You know, that's where you type all chat baited, right? Worth. So Olympian's team picking him up. But once again, look at where they're at. Goldfan's dead.
Yeah, that's just, oh, come on, Dory. You didn't need to take that one, but he wanted the assist, and he'll pick up the kill instead. Goldfan, you are not allowed to be on that side of the map, and with Booty Banging Billy's chilling here on top side, Redacted cannot start up Baron. There is no answer. They're losing out big time here, and with nearly 3 minutes left on this next objective, they need to make sure not to continue to overstep, or they could lose out on what is a massive win condition for themselves in Soul Point.
Whoever is the main voice, the main shot caller right now for Redacted, they need to get into the heads of the rest of the team and say, we cannot be overextending. It's happened over and over. Maybe they can get Booty Bang and Billy on the return here.
Yeah, maybe he's a little bit of our center. There's no isolation damage. Solar going low, but oh, the beautiful feast and a tasty snack for this Cho'Gath. He is huge. Warmog's second item with a rework, that's going to allow him to get the passive in, and he is at full HP. And with 30 seconds on the top lane, Dunzy, I think Redacted want to start up this next objective.
Yeah, Redacted, they are on the Baron right now. Anderson Cooper does not have Paranoia, but he has Smite available. The curtains are opening up, Necrox.
Olympian very low, hopping away from the 4-shot threat. So they get a couple ultis. They get the tidal wave, and they get the curtain call here from CB Clockwork. That pushes them off of the Baron though, so will be priority back to the likes of CBC. Goldfan hopping down here one more time. Does need to be careful about the all-in threat from running. Valkyrie over the top, but that's not where you want to be. Traded back just barely by Goldfan. 1-for-1, each mid lane dies.
Yeah, the martyrdom coming out there from Goldfan, just barely being able to pick up running on the very edge of that Mega Infernal Bomb. That extra speed, I don't know if it applies at such a minimal distance, but if it does, that is what did the difference. That little bit of a buff there for the Ziggs. I mean, I actually think running is pretty lucky to even have traded a kill there. Both mid laners just playing with fire. They are so important. Both have TP though. Both timers up here in 8 or 7 seconds. They want this next Drake. It's up here in 45. We'll see if the York booty banging Billy, yeah, he is going to make his way down here even though he has teleport available. It's going to be a 5v5 here set up soon.
CBC want this full-on 5v5. They want this fight around Soul in about 30 seconds. Meanwhile, it's only Cloud Soul. Not the greatest of souls available. But on a Morgana, on a Kha'Zix, you don't mind. Dory's been caught out. Exhaust available. Now flashing away. The binding does not connect. But Arcane Comet takes the kill. Triple now having to flash. True Shot Barrage will tag him on the back side. Forced to heal, but now does a re-engage look like? You got to be careful not to lose your jungler before Soul. And Anderson Cooper has got one Dark Dragon. Fails the Arcane Shift over the wall. Forced to flash. His support had already died. There's no Black Shield available. Goldfan and Dark Dragon, the two carries for this team, need to find a miracle play to make sure Soul is theirs. Running. Finds out the recall from my Mind Blower, and the rest of the team's arriving. Goldfan available with a TP Fear, but it's very hard to kill this Cho'Gath. Meanwhile, Goldfan dealing out massive damage. Bomb is not available, but he's tossing the bomb forward anyway. They got one shutdown onto my Mind Blower, but it's traded in kind. Now kiting back is Goldfan. Dark Dragon going over the wall with the Arcane Shift, finding the Essence Flux, finding the kill and a booty bang and Billy, but there's the return, and he's knocked up and bubbled. Double killed a triple cute, and with a massive team fight win for Clockwork, now it's time to deny Soul.
And after picking up that pick on Dory K, blowing both of Triple Cute's summoners, that was absolutely redacted Soul going over to them. Instead, what do? Over and over again, they find themselves overstaying. Can Olympian steal it though?
No way, he does it again. Oh, 500, but he's not able to get it. Hop back away. Dory low, but he will survive. Anderson Cooper, smite secured, Soul denied.
Yeah, Redacted need to get their heads into the game. They are playing like they're the ones who want to split push. You're against a York and a Nocturne. You cannot be in a side lane. You will be split pushed to death, and that is just what's going to happen. Group as a unit. You have the Ziggs. You have the Ezreal. You have the Morgana. What did CB Clockwork do last game? You saw a formula. Copy it. It's okay. If you find the binding, you will get anybody. The Mega Inferno Bomb, the True Shot Barrage, there's so much damage coming out. You can see the gold finally coming in for, especially in the top lane here, Mind Blower. He is the one with the biggest difference, just so strong. Meanwhile, the carries are still trying to come online. Ziggs and Dark Dragon, a Goldfan, you know, they find themselves doing a ton of DPS, and they're still behind. Both of them over 1k behind their counterpart in Corki, running, and Triple Cute on the Jhin. And it doesn't matter. They're still finding ways to play team fights well enough because they're on these scaling champions. So clean it up. If you can find yourselves a clean 5v5 without worrying about being caught, Redacted can do this. But Clockwork, on the other hand, they're doing a beautiful job of finding these picks even after they go down in numbers. They know that Redacted are overstepping. They know that they can take advantage of these guys. And so CB Clockwork, pick after pick, Anderson Cooper, 4-1-4 on the Nocturne, just showing up right now.
The pressure on Redacted to make sure these team fights go their way, to make sure they are all grouped up, and this Nocturne cannot get full value is so intense. You've already gone down game one after 40 minutes of gameplay. It's going to get really tough here. Olympian trying to clear out as much vision as possible. Baron is online. It is on the board for either team to start this one up. 3 minutes until the next dragon, so that's the biggest thing to worry about. But the map still in favor of CB Clockwork. They are the ones that own Summoner's Rift. They continuously push in sideways, and it just does not feel like Redacted are playing proactively. They are reacting to what Clockwork decide, and I'm not sure that's what you want from a squad that is so communicative with each other. They are always on the same page. It's Their page isn't always perfectly written, and in this game, Clockwork are really applying the threat. Mid wave push, bot wave push, top wave currently in the process, and Redacted now have to turtle inside their zone.
Yeah, and that's a great way of putting in Necrox. Even if CB Clockwork aren't making the best decisions, they're doing it as a team. Redacted have no semblance of that 5-man unit. You would think that the number 3 seed coming in here, and this team who has had their squad together in these roles for at least 6 weeks, would have it together. But instead, it seems like there's been a couple of forfeits late in the season, and now Goldfan, another 1v1.
He has no flash, one more, and he's just caught out again, overstepping against running. An Olympian now has to run as well. Here comes the paranoia, and this is a nightmare for the likes of Redacted. They cannot escape. 0-3-2, 3-4-2, and the mid jungle has been demolished, thoroughly dismantled and destroyed. CB Clockwork with a 2-man advantage will take this Baron no problem.
Yeah, and I mean, that wasn't even an overextension. Goldfan just with a poor satchel. Can they pick one back up? Booty banging Billy.
So hard to kill this freaking Yorick. It just feels unkillable. Dark Dragon is in melee range. Binding, though, will finally pick up the kill, but it's traded immediately back by Triple Q. Flash was a little interesting, to be honest, but here comes the curtains. Now it's just a game of dodgeball. 3 goes wide. 4th was even wider. Solar Biscuit able to deny any follow-up damage. Meanwhile, my Mind Blower at least getting something for the team on top side, or bot side, excuse me.
Yeah, some fancy feat coming out here for Solar Biscuit. Yeah, that 4th shot, Triple Q said, to heck with it. I'm not going to kill him. I'm going to clear the wave here. But Baron goes down. Purple looks great on CB Clockwork right now. I think it's their first Baron because Redacted were able to steal that over. Mind Blower with amazing feast in game 1. Here comes an opportunity again for an objective control fight. 30 seconds on Soul Point. If you're Redacted, you need to group up. I don't know if you want to take this fight at this point with Purple on the other side, but maybe they can catch them. Here comes the Jhin.
Here they go, Olympian looking for the 1v1, but Triple Q wins it out, burned down and taken out by Goldfan's bomb, and now the re-engage is too big, and my Mind Blower was not with the team, nor was Dark Dragon. Again, not together, not in a ball, and they will be flattened at Soul Point once again. Massive shield for my Mind Blower, takes him over the wall with a flash. Booty, though, is following up, and Dark Dragon just does not have the damage. Frozen Heart makes you tanky, but it does not make you do extra DPS. Running is chasing him down. Valkyrie forward, trying to find the shots, and he ends it out with a final rocket to the throat. CB Clockwork have taken out Redacted time and time again, and this team will refuse to lose.
Yeah, the number 6 seed. We saw it last split in Degenerates Reformed. They came out swinging and strong, and all of a sudden, it's a little bit of a history on repeat, Necrox. It is CB Clockwork who are coming in. They didn't squeak into the playoffs. Oh, actually, you know what they did? They were down 0-2 to Classic Esports in week 9. They were on the ropes. If they had lost game 3, they would not be in the playoffs with the opportunity that they have in front of them right now. And instead, that opportunity is to go up 2-0 against the number 3 seed in Light League, en route to the finals once again for the 6th seed. CB Clockwork right now in control. They still have some business to take care of because Dory K goes down to a random bomb from Gold Fan, and now they are on the ropes.
They want the fight. Booty Banging Billy going to be taken down as well, but a nice feast, and this Cho'Gath is massive. He's so hard to kill. Gargoyle's available in just a second, but the rest of the team wants in. Running is on the run as well, hopping forward as Olympian. He doesn't do a lot of damage, but he certainly has a team behind him this time, and Goldfan grabs the shutdown, getting paid. All Redacted a little bit overstepped was this team. Curtains open, but not nearly enough damage to finish anyone off. Instead, it will just be a cooldown wasted. CB Clockwork lose 3. Lots of gold in the hands of this mid lane Diamond Fan. If you've ever needed to show up before, it is here and now.
Yeah, Gold Fan with a really, really nice pick off on Dory K to get that started. I guarantee you we go into the post game and he's going to be near, if not at the very top of the charts of damage, doing so much this game. a couple of misplays, but he has still kept it together. He is one of the few on Redacted that are making sure every team fight is still a battle for CB Clockwork. And for them, I might have just counted their chickens before they hatched, talking about a possible 2-0. No, no, no. Redacted are still in this thing, but now Paranoia goes down.
Frozen Heart on the Ezreal. He's just about impossible to kill for an lonely Nocturne. Death Bomb, meanwhile, was completely blind from Goldfan. I like the effort, though.
Yeah.
He wants to make the hero play, but instead he'll just get his ulti back here in about 20 seconds or so. Root finds its way onto the Cho'Gath, but again, very, very hard to kill, along with the Ezreal, and honestly, along with the Ziggs, the Satchel, the Zhonya's, and the ability to keep himself alive. Just makes it too hard to assassinate anyone at this point in the game. You have to have a mistake, honestly, from Redacted if you want to find an easy kill. If not, it's going to have to be front to back through a Cho'Gath. That is not easy. Olympian on the wings, thinking about making something happen, but Goldfan has to clear out the wave first.
Yeah, Goldfan down there with Booty Bang and Bailey. It's going to be tough for him to keep off the Yorick. These bubbles keep landing on Mindblower, but he is still so healthy. Now they're creating some space for their own, getting the mid shove, getting the priority. They need to put down some vision. Baron's going to be up in about a minute, and Drake in almost 2. So Olympian now moves forward, able to steal that red buff away from Triple Cute. Their jungle is starting to go over towards Redacted, and they are the ones now with some priority in the middle toward the top side. If they can pick up that tower, that'll be some nice standing gold for them as well, even it up a little bit. At this point, 34 minutes into the game, though, that 4K gold lead does not matter. But what does matter are these roots. Dangerously close to death here, Dark Dragon.
Curtains open, but again, they have to get through this Cho'Gath. Eyes on Cooper the entire time. He is the win condition. He's the one to cause chaos. He's the one to separate targets and make it easy to kill. But without him causing this chaos, there's no way through the front line. My mind blower on this Cho'Gath is a wall for this team. He is a rock for the squad, and he refuses to let anyone take too much damage. Goldfan, as long as AC is in this mid lane, as long as he's A-ramming right now, he is free to match this Yorick. He's free to keep collecting farm and working his way towards that Rabadons. Root connects, does not matter. Dory, bubble, close, doesn't matter. Only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades. But now what does is Soul again for Redacted. If they continue this fight and they lose it, it could be bad, but we're going in one more time. Olympian's been taken out and Dory's alive. Here comes Triple Q to the back end, doing a little bit more damage. Gale forcing forward. They trade it back onto the enemy jungler. Anderson Cooper's been taken down. Goldfan into the Zhonya's. A beautiful satchel, but a shutdown with a final shot to Triple Q. 4 shot in hand. Deadly Flourish connects, but it's so hard to kill him. Solar has Leandries, can continue this fight with a little bit of damage he has built for himself. Running, trying to join the squad once again. 3 for 2. Clockwork own this Drake for another time.
Yeah, Feast not available for a little bit, and Package is up for running. They're gonna go for Mindblower.
I don't know if you can kill him in time. The Steric shield is massive along with Gargoyles, but they're gonna get him. He's just locked in the cage and cannot escape. They have to watch their top laner die, and when the wall falls, the base follows. Running, and Booty Bang and Billy on the march down mid lane. Drake's already secured soul point to either team, but it doesn't matter for now. All that matters is holding the line. Olympian and Solar 2v2 will force a retreat. There may be something here on the back end with teleports available, but instead CB Clockwork will walk away.
Yeah, check out the 2 pink wards. Going to give them some information here. Olympian can't step up forward by himself, though. They are cleared out now, so no teleport flanks available for Mindblower in 17 seconds. Goldfan does have his TP available. He's going to have to keep that mid lane push, and now pings are going down onto the Baron. You can see it has started up here. Mega Infernal Bomb going to spot it out. I think Redacted needs to fight this, Necrox.
They need to go in. Anderson Cooper pulling the trigger with the Paranoia just to buy a little bit more time. True Shot Barrage can't find it. Dory K is taken out, but Baron's Gear Bright running. Solar Biscuit on the run of the 1v1 teleported. Meanwhile, from my mind blower to back into the fight, but it's going to be immediate shutdown into running as they find him. Olympian makes the hero play, and Triple Cute under his turret should be safe for now. It is Baron secured, but a 2-for-1 trade. Booty Bang and Billy is not done though. He's in a 2v1. He's going to go down, chopped and feasted away by my mind blower. 2 Barons left. Tower drop to minions. CB, Clockwork, and Redacted. Hell of a close fight in the Baron pit, but this game is all but over.
It is just heavyweight swing after heavyweight swing. Look at the mid lane gold. They are nearly tied up. Goldfan just clawing his way back up into this. The Dark Dragon still on Ezreal, a little bit behind of Triple Cute. He is doing so much damage. Every single time fourth shot is up, if you are at half health, you are dead if you are named Olympian, Goldfan, Dark Dragon, or Solar Biscuit. Only Mind Blower can sustain through the damage of the side of CB Clockwork. He needs to be the front line. This is it. You have been picked over and over again. You absolutely need to be there with each other. Step up as a unit. Make sure that you're getting to this Drake together, because Mind Blower is the only shield, the only thing. There's no peel against this paranoia whenever you're not together. Mind Blower is your front line. He is the peel. He needs to be there in order for Redacted to have a chance. They're lucky they're even still in this thing. CB Clockwork have given Redacted an opportunity to come back, and now Dark Dragon, my god.
Lots of damage with the fourth shot, plus priority means CB Clockwork could take that if they wanted it. Guardian Angel in, but Goldfan's in the wrong spot. Goldfan is not where you want to be. Near sight means there's no support from the squad. Lots of damage, but the heal is enough, and Triple Cute will go on a killing spree on this Jhin 9, 3, and 5. And without your Ziggs, a critical positioning error might have just costed CB Clockwork the game. True Shot Barrage doesn't find very much in the back end, neither does the Rupture from this Cho'Gath, clearing out the wave. It's enough for now to hold on, but Super's pushing down mid, and a Yorick pushing down top with a whole break.
And Redacted need to find a way to enter these fights without being picked. I mean, like, they just don't have the tools. If you take a look at their comp, they don't have any hard engage, a go button, because while they are trying to find a 4v4 here in the bot lane, you can see Mind Blower needs to respond to top, because what do you know? Booty Banging Billy with a Hull Breaker in his inventory is able to just push down top. Redacted being pulled around the map. There goes the second inhibitor of the game, and now CB Clockwork have the room to work. They're going to make their way around the map even more. Paranoia, even more potential for him to go around from the top lane to the bottom. Just so much room here for CB Clockwork to work with, and they're gonna look for the last inhibitor here in the top lane.
Lots of damage in the back end. True Shot Barrage will tag up Billy as well. The tidal wave is used. Olympian in the back end needs to be careful to not die here. He's at 1 HP. My Mind Blower going into the middle of the team. Dory K's taking down to a nice feast, and there's a 2 for nothing. This is Redacted's fight to turn around. My Mind Blower may just fall. Dark Dragon dealing out so much damage at the back end of the fight. Now my Mind Blower is still somehow alive. 3-4-1. Goldfan down, but the rest of CB Clockwork has been wiped away. Olympian now maybe looking for a back end chase with a flash smite combo. There it is. He's going in, looking for the execution. Collected is Triple Cute, and CB Clockwork overextended. Redacted with backs up against the wall, land one more punch to the jaw.
Yeah, and that is so big, because even though Olympian had to burn his flash to get to Triple Cute, he actually blows Jin's flash as well. He's going to be able to find him hopefully in the next team fight. That is Olympian's only goal. I know he didn't do anything early on, but it is 41 minutes in. He has Collector, Sorelda's, Duskblade in his inventory. He's working with another Dirk as well. Just so much burst coming from the bug right now. He can do the burst. He can find an assassin target, and now Soul Point finally, after 3 Drakes stacked at 19 minutes, goes over to Redacted. And the TP, what is Running doing?
Okay, I thought they were going to turn on him and kill him, but instead Redacted walk out. Smart call there. The rest of the team could have joined if they wanted to. Thought we were going to have some late game shenanigans with Running, but Olympian, this is not your jungle, my friend. Looking for the execution. The invis outplay! And Olympian, what was that? He dodges everything and assassinates Running with the soul now online. Yes, there's supers pushing, but Redacted, you have to feel there's light at the end of this dark tunnel. Dark Dragon as well, now having to arcane shift away. Damage in from Goldfan just to push out the rest of the team. But man, oh man, is the road long, but it is maneuverable. There is a hope here for Redacted. They have picked up Soul. Dory K, this is not what you want to be. Bindings in, leap on top, and a bug refuses to lose. Olympia now going forward once again. He might not have done a lot in the early game, but Goldfan wants it. A nice snipe with a deadly flourish from Triple Cute will take out one more. Olympian on a 40-second death timer in just a few seconds. Baron online in 25. CB, Clockwork, and Redacted. Both these teams know how critical this game is to win.
Yeah, this is just an absolute heavyweight boxing match right now. Look at the gold numbers up top. 70,000 per team, almost towards 80. It is 28 to 26 in kills. Only the turret advantage for CB Clockwork, which gives them such a macro advantage to take advantage of. With one inhibitor still down in the bot lane, you have Goldfan be just relegated to wave clear duty. He does have teleport, but he cannot teleport when Paranoia is active. And I think at rank 3, it's a 6 or 8 second Paranoia length. It's so long. The team fight is over by the time the darkness has gone, and so Goldfan needs to TP early. I know he wants to wave clear here if they want to even contest this Baron. You see Anderson Cooper with a late base timing. I would have liked to see CB Clockwork take advantage of the fact that Olympian was dead for longer than Dory K's timer. Instead, it's going to be neutralized. Goldfan has the push available. Anderson Cooper not in range quite yet for Paranoia, and both teams are going to look towards the Purple Nash once again for possibly the last fight here.
Maybe, just maybe, there's an angle to end this game after the blood has been spilled, after the battle lines have been drawn. But CB Clockwork certainly in the driver's seat still. Full builds coming through all across the board. The Paranoia onto the side lane once again. What are you doing getting caught out? You are not meant to be here, but this time there's enough damage to trade it back. There's no TP on the other side of the fight, and Dory K would have to find a miracle steal. Please don't let the 4-shot take it. There's the tidal wave. Everyone's standing in the way, and it's Baron secured for mid lane or dead, but Booty Bag and Billy is TP'd into mid, looking to end the game. You just have to stop the bases. It's a base race, and they are going to end it out now if you're not careful. Dark Dragon is dead. So is Olympian. My Mind and Solar Biscuit, the only ones alive. You have to defend the base. It's all on this Cho'Gath now. Do you believe in 1v5 base defense miracle? I'm not sure that I do. Anderson Cooper here. Booty Bang and Billy does not care about this Cho'Gath. The feast is in, and he takes down one, but the wave is in time. One more could end this game out. Massive shield in time for the 4-shot. Triple cannot execute, but he certainly has enough damage to take down the turrets. Nexus turret number 1 already down. Nexus turret number 2 now into fire. My Mind Blower in a 1v4. Ziggs is up in just a second with a Mega Inferno Bomb. Here comes Cooper again with Paranoia. The wave has been cleared out. Guardian Angel's pop, but the Nexus is open. Triple is firing, and CB Clockwork will deny any 1-1 scenario, and Redacted go down 0-2.
Oh my goodness. What a crazy ending to game 2. Redacted. They finally said, okay, you know what? If he decides to Paranoia to the bot lane, just take the Baron. Well, it didn't matter. They had a response. They had too many turrets down from previously. All that work that CB Clockwork had put into the macro game finally paid off. And even though Baron Nash went over to the side of Redacted, even though Soul went over to the side of Redacted, they were still able to take the most important objective, the only one that matters in the end, the Nexus, and CB Clockwork coming out with a vengeance in the playoffs. That is 2-0 for the number 6 seed in Light League. What an absolute beauty of a start for them.
This is a story in the making for CB Clockwork, and Redacted now have to do the impossible. 0-2 down in the playoffs and quarterfinals. If you want a chance, you have to win 3 straight, and all Clockwork need to do is put the final nail in the coffin. I'm going to go get some oxygen. Dunzy's going to go get some water. We're going to be right back with game 3 in just a moment. This one is getting interesting. We'll be back.